Welcome. My name is Linhares, and I am a traditional Usui Reiki master, which means I can now teach the Reiki levels and transmit this ancient wisdom to you today. I feel honored and privileged and humbled to be able to transmit this beautiful healing and harmonizing technique, a lineage that comes through 100 years of passing down from master, teacher to student over the years. So now I may bring this wisdom to you today. Welcome. Reiki is an ancient Japanese method of harmonizing and healing by channeling the universal life force energy, mostly through the hands, and using it to heal what is out of balance and harmonize all aspects of being, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Reiki energy can have profound effects on those levels of being and can literally change your life like it did mine. So welcome, and I hope you enjoy this voyage into the ancient mystery teaching of Mikao Usui, the channeler, the founder of this tradition. Let's begin. Reiki is a powerful self-development and healing tool. It allows you to develop an intimate relationship with yourself and supports you to practice self-acceptance, self-love, and heals whatever is out of balance in your life. Reiki may be used as a self-development tool and a healing modality, first and foremost for yourself, and then for others. It can accompany you on a profound transformational journey with yourself, your self-love journey, your healing journey, and it can really deepen your experience of life. Reiki teaches you lifelong techniques and practices that you can use at any time to help you harmonize and heal what is out of alignment or out of balance in your life. What exactly is Reiki? Reiki is the fusion of two words and two forces, Rei and Ki. Rei is the universal cosmic life force energy that exists in all spaces and is never ending. Ki is the energy that flows within living beings. And so Reiki is channeling through you the life force energy and interacting with the physical life force energy of a being. So it's the fusion of the universal cosmic life force energy and the physical life force energy that inhabits all living beings. Reiki is a channeling system, therefore you are not using your energy, you are the instrument. And the way you become the instrument is that you will be initiated. And these initiations are a ritual, a rite, an ancient ritual whereby your energetic system will be opened up to receive at any time for the rest of your life this flow of cosmic universal energy that will flow through your body and mostly will be channeled through the use of your hands, placing your hands on yourself first and then on other persons or even other beings, plants, animals. All Reiki is transmitted through a lineage teaching, meaning it comes from a master teacher Through initiation and training, by passing through all the levels, you receive the initiation to become a master. This is Usui. He's the founder of this method of Reiki, and he discovered through a deep process of meditation on a 21-day quest in a cave in Japan in 1922, he received the system of Reiki. He had long been seeking a method to help energize other beings without using his own energy. And while he was on this deep pilgrimage, this 21-day retreat in a cave in silence, he received the Reiki Usui method technique. He received symbols and he received the method of how to transmit this to other people. So I was trained by a teacher who was trained by a teacher who was trained by a teacher. So my lineage goes back all these people, all the way back to Usui. And so it's through master teacher to student that we pass this lineage. So it is a mystery school type approach. You cannot learn Reiki without being initiated by a master teacher, such as myself. Reiki does not require you to use your mind. Reiki is simply flowing through you. Once you have been initiated, so your channels have been opened up to receive the cosmic life force flowing through you, it's very simple. You connect, and when your hands are placed on, you are passing Reiki energy through you. Of course, there's all kinds of energetic healing methods, and you do not necessarily have to have a Reiki initiation to do energetic healing. But unless you have been trained by a master and gone through the process, it's not Reiki. So it's not Reiki energy. Reiki energy cannot be used to harm. When Usui discovered this method, Reiki, the word, already existed in Japan. So the word has also been used. He called his unique method Usui, Reiki, Ryo-ho. Rei, the cosmic universal life force energy, it permeates all of existence. It exists in living and non-living beings. It is basically spirit, soul. It permeates all matter. It has existed since the beginning of time and will exist forevermore. So by tapping into that force, you don't need to use your own energetic. Therefore, you maintain your life force. Of course, ki, sometimes known as chi, it's the life force that inhabits all living beings. When the body dies, you transmute that energy moves on. So the ki or the chi has left the body. And so Reiki takes these two forces together. Once you've been attuned, you've been initiated, you become an instrument to channel the fusion of those energies to support yourself and others. Just going to explain a little bit more about Reiki. So Reiki empowers self-healing. It empowers you to develop a deeper relationship with yourself, a deeper level of self-acceptance and unconditional love, to relax into accepting you as you are, complete and whole right now. No matter what is out of alignment or balance in your life, you are a whole being worthy of devotional love from yourself. And when you connect with the Reiki life force energy, you learn to take that time for yourself, and it's a gift. You are gifting yourself this moment of connecting with the universe, of connecting with the higher power, of connecting to your higher self, your essence, that part of you that desires your attention and your love. Reiki is compassion in action. Reiki is a life path. It's a way of living. It is a devotional practice to yourself. And there are 5 principles that Miko Usui uses to transmit the wisdom and the power of Reiki. 5 principles of Reiki are as follows. Just for today, just for now, I will not worry. Just for today, just for right now, I will not be irritated. Just for today, just for right now, I am grateful. Just for today, just for right now, I will not harm another living being. And just for today, just for right now, I will do my best. These are the 5 founding principles of Reiki. I invite you to contemplate the meaning of each one because they have profound implications on our lives. As seemingly simple as they appear, their message, their power is so deep. The message is, be here right now. Do your best. Don't worry. No need to fight, struggle. Do no harm, and be grateful. These are methods to living a life of harmony and balance. And so I do invite you to take some time to deeply contemplate these 5 principles. Reiki energy is mostly used by the hands, but in the more advanced levels, you can use your breath or you can use your eyes as well. You can also do Reiki at a distance. You can send long distance Reiki to someone once you have completed level 2. Reiki energy really does work on all levels of being. Can truly have profound effects on your physical health and well-being, your mental health and well-being, your spiritual and your emotional health and well-being. It is a path of forgiveness. It is a path of love. It is a path of devotion. It leads to experiencing more peace, relaxation, allowing yourself to let go and surrender things that do not matter. It gets you in touch with your values, what you hold dear. And one of the most profound things that it can do for you is it really deeply, deeply bonds you with yourself as an ally, as a friend. Reiki is a meditation. There's so much to learn in this wisdom tradition. And meditation is one of the fundamental pillars of Reiki as well. So learning to stop and listen and go within. The beautiful thing about Reiki is you do not need to believe it. You only need to try it and do it and see what happens. It's an invitation for you to be open to the possibility. I know many people that when they began Reiki did not even believe it was possible to heal and had some profound changes happen in their lives. In my own personal case, from the beginning, I felt it very strongly. Sometimes when you begin Reiki, you feel it already in your being, like I did. It felt like a remembering of an energy that I already knew. So whether you feel it or believe it, you don't need to worry. All you need to do is practice and see what happens. Reiki is practical. It is simple. All you need to do is practice. And the beautiful thing is you don't need to have any prior knowledge or understanding of this method or technique beforehand. It's not a religion or a cult or a belief. It simply is a wisdom teaching method that was transmitted through a lineage by person to person to person over the last 100 years. A little bit about the Reiki levels. Reiki level 1 is called SHODEN, the awakening. At this level, you learn how to use Reiki on yourself. You are attuned with 4 sacred rituals, initiations, that open up all levels of your being forever, for life. You remain open to receive Reiki energy for the rest of your life, meaning you can channel it anytime you want once you've been initiated through these 4 rituals. And this is the basic foundation where you will learn to practice on yourself, committing to a 21-day practice ritual, which I will teach you, that you will practice every single day for 21 days minimum to instill and augment and amplify the energetic frequency in your being. So Reiki level 1 is a beautiful way to get to know yourself. And it's a beautiful way to begin your self-love, self-healing journey. And if you have something out of balance, you have some kind of illness or something emotionally, this is the perfect moment to start healing yourself. It's very empowering to learn how to heal yourself. So once we do level 1, I will show you the practice, the technique, the autocura. This is the self-healing practice. The positions you will use that work in tandem with the primary centers of energetics, or also known as the chakra system. Once you practice that for 21 days, you're free to give yourself Reiki at any time. Reiki level 2 is called Okuden, the transformation. And this is for those beings who have already completed their level 1 and have passed at least 3 months. So you've done your 21 days of self-practice and then at least a 3-month period so that you can integrate level 1. Once you've done that, you want to deepen your understanding and your practice of the life force energy, working with this energy. This is for someone that wants to go deeper. Reiki level 2 is really the beginning of some profound energetic work, because it is there that you will receive 3 sacred symbols that you may use to expand and augment your Reiki practice. First and foremost, you will learn a powerful symbol to expand the Reiki energy in the moment. Then you will learn a profound symbol of healing, particularly mental and emotional patterns. So this is a level ideal for working with trauma, addiction, or just limiting beliefs. It's about healing those mental, those emotional harming patterns we have. And you will learn the symbol of long distance Reiki, which means you will begin to learn how to send Reiki at a distance through time and space, cutting through time and space, which means you can program Reiki to the future or to the past, which essentially means you're learning a technique to begin your relationship with regression therapy. Once you have trained in Reiki level 2, you can begin to go back to situations that need healing and harmonizing in your life so that you can free yourself. So it's quite profound. Reiki level 2 is a profound level. It really does expand your energetic capacity to feel, to receive, to give. After Reiki level 2, there is a 2-part workshop where there are some advanced techniques that are transmitted. There are essentially 21 advanced techniques. And in 2-part workshop, you learn these advanced techniques. And this really deepens and cements your understanding of how the energetic works. And it really opens up your sensibility, depending on your level of consciousness, of course. But this is where it starts to get really exciting and deep. And just to give you an idea of these techniques, I use them all the time. In fact, I use Reiki energy every single day, and it's probably at the level of Reiki 2 and these techniques that I really do work on a daily basis. Then we move into Reiki 3A called Shinpiden. This is the realization. This is level 1 of mastery. This is where you learn the master symbol in Reiki. And depending on the energetics, you learn a second symbol, master symbol. And basically, this is where you're really expanding your energetic capacity, where you're starting to be able to do deeper levels of healing, really long-term things that have been stuck in your energetics, stuck from past lives or from early childhood experiences. This is where we go really deep into sort of removing patterns from your life. And this is really the level to prepare you to become a master. This is part 1 of the mastery. And this is where you find out if you want to be a teacher or if you want to stay at this level. If you don't want to be a teacher, you just want to be a Reiki practitioner or use Reiki for yourself, this is the level you would stop at. And then the very last level is Reiki 3B, which is the final level. And this is mastery, or learning to become a teacher and transmit these initiation rituals to your future students. It's called Goku Kaiden, mastery level. It's a Reiki attunement. A Reiki attunement is basically a sacred ritual where the master will use symbols and a technique to open up the channels to pass the knowledge from the universal cosmic life force to the student. An initiation is also a powerful ritual where your energetic system will expand. So basically you're being blasted with more life force energy from the cosmos, and it's really infusing and opening you up to more otherworldly capabilities, but mostly your energetic capacity to hold, to feel, to give and receive more energetic frequency. And it is only through initiation that you become certified in the levels. In Reiki level 1, you have 4 initiations. Reiki level 2, you have 1, 3A 1, and also 3B 1. You can also be re-initiated by having a ritual with a master. You reopen your channels if you have not practiced Reiki in a very long time, or you feel like you need some energetic support, because the ceremony, the ritual, brings you a cosmic download, we could say. It enhances your system automatically. It's a beautiful, beautiful experience, and I love to initiate new practitioners, new seekers, because it is such a beautiful ritual to honor this lineage, this 100-year lineage. And I feel very privileged to initiate future practitioners. A little bit about the history of Reiki. Okay, so we need to go back to ancient Japan when Mikao was born to a wealthy Buddhist family in 1865. He received a very well-rounded education. He traveled a lot. He studied abroad. He was taught martial arts, swordsmanship. He studied Qigong. And he developed a very deep love and passion for psychology, for medicine, and for theology. So he was a spiritual man, and he was very interested in healing primarily. He was interested in finding a technique that would not deplete his own energy. That to him was the most interesting thing. He wanted to find a way to help support others by not losing energy. He was also very clear about wanting to have a healing method that had nothing to do with religion. He wanted it to be completely separate. That is one of the beautiful things I find about Reiki. It's not a religious practice. He was a Buddhist, but the practice of Reiki is not religious by any means. I actually wanted this system to be accessible to all people, regardless of what religion or background they had. After studying all these methods and doing all kinds of travel and experiencing life, he did become a Buddhist monk. And this is how he discovered the Reiki system, because it was somewhere along his journey that he did a 21-day retreat on a mountain, in the cave on a mountain called Mount Karuma, where he fasted and meditated for 21 days. And it is said that during that retreat alone, in his fasted state, he received an enormous cosmic download where he received all the information about how Reiki worked, the symbols, the ancient symbols. He received the words that are to be used to transmit this knowledge, because not only do you have the symbols, but the symbols come with the saying of the invocation of the word, the mantra, we could say. So he received all this information within him, and when he left that cave, that was when Reiki was born. He knew it was his life's purpose and mission to begin to share this wisdom with the world. What's fascinating is that this occurred only 4 years before he passed and transitioned. So he spent the last 4 years of his life teaching and healing with Reiki energy. That was his mission. That was his life purpose, was training other masters, teaching and healing as many people as possible. He knew he had to spread this message as quickly as far as possible. So one of his first Reiki masters was called Dr. Shujiro Hayashi. He was a former Navy officer and a doctor. So what is fascinating is he became the next master to come into the lineage and work and set up a Reiki clinic in Tokyo. So he had a big part in changing the system, advancing the system. He basically expanded what was already created through Mikao Usui, and he created a manual where he explained all the ways to, all the positions, all the techniques that you could use to support various different ailments. So he had a huge impact on the expansion of the Reiki tradition. A very important part about how Reiki, his method of Reiki, was transmitted so quickly was because he had created this clinic, Reiki clinic in Tokyo, and there was a massive earthquake 1 year after. So he discovered Reiki energy in 1922, and 1 year afterward, there was a gigantic earthquake in Japan. More than 140,000 people died. So what he did was that he and his students, this was 1 year after he had received Reiki, he had set up the clinic. Only 1 year after, him and all of his students began traveling to the region where the earthquake had occurred so they could help heal the people. So they became quite well known. People spoke about, wow, have you heard about this Reiki? He's helping all these people who had suffered from the earthquake. So that was a huge part of the transmission as how it spread so quickly. Actually, it was in 1925 that he opened an even bigger clinic, and the government acknowledged his service to helping in that disaster. So very quickly, Reiki was established and accepted. Not only accepted, the government recognized the power and the support and the beauty of this practice and honored it. So Reiki is a very well-respected practice in Japan. To the third very important person in this lineage story. This is a woman, the first woman of Reiki, and her name is Hawayo Takata. She was born in Hawaii, a Japanese born in Hawaii in 1900. And basically what happened is that she was living in Hawaii and she developed a very severe illness. In 1935, she kept hearing about this clinic in Tokyo, the healing power of Reiki, and she knew that she had to go to Japan to be healed by this doctor. So she traveled in 1935, imagine, all the way back to Japan to be treated by Dr. Shujiru. Arrives in Japan, so she starts to do this intensive treatment with him. And very quickly, she begins to feel better. And she realizes, I need you to teach me this method, because if you don't teach me and I go back home and I have to take care of my kids alone and I get sick, what am I going to do? So she begs him to teach her. And at that time, there were no women students. And he said no. But she was so persistent and so determined that he finally said yes. So she began training as a Reiki master with him. She was the first woman to become a Reiki master. And what she did was she was the one who brought Reiki from the east to the west. She brought Reiki to Hawaii. And then, surprise, surprise, the Americans started to catch on. So she opened a clinic in Hawaii and became very well known for her Reiki treatment clinic. And from there follows a lineage all the way down to myself. So in my lineage, we have Miko Usui, Shujiru Hayashi, Hawayo Takata, and then we come to Phyllis Hei Furumoto, an American-Japanese woman. Then we come to a German woman, German. Then it's brought to Portugal. So, and then I trained in all of my levels here on Madeira Island with a Portuguese Reiki master from the mainland, who was trained on the mainland.